school and be like, hey, so this is good for you. Okay, maybe I'll go back and say, like, write down what your food product is. Yeah, these strategies do this thing. I need to know what's going on. Yep. What do you think? I think it's worth trying. It'd be a lot more fun than what we do when we're in there. Start. We're like running through it. Come on to me. I'm over at Kristy's house. No, they were doing a little launch party for IDLife at her house. So the kids are out.
Success. There's a delay.
There's a delay?
There's a delay.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, they've all been good. Yeah. Yep. I know. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Sorry. I know I read that and then it got like 400 other ones and then I forgot to reply back to you. So yeah, that's fine. What do I need to do? Energy, hydrate, I didn't bring my sheet. Okay, do that. I didn't bring a shot. I know, you are. See, we don't get even a referral bonus off of that. You'll cook it for me. There you go.
We need to talk.
That's a good bonus.
How do you want to do this? Because I have it sorted out now.
Does it work real quick?
There's a delay. There's about a 10-second delay.
That's okay.
But I can switch over. I can run the video. I can go back and it's a beautiful smiling face.
I'm sure it's beautiful right now.
So I need to know where you want it set up. And if there's any other videos you're going to want to play. Okay. So then where do you want that laptop set up? Oh, you're going to play the video for room 2 though, right?
Yeah.
I'm working.
What's a gondola?
Scott and Amelia.
Yeah?
Come here. Yeah? Get a drink if you want a
You
drink.
did it. Good job. And you live. My goodness, that's crazy.
Scott, that's a minute.
Wow.
Put it at the same
Nuts.
time.
Go
Move
back.
the other. Scott.
Awesome. He loves getting on the bus with them in the morning. I think he's like being a big kid. I asked him on the first day of school, I was like, hey, you guys want me to drive you? And then y'all could take the bus on the rest of the day.
Yummy clean water.
Molly and Hayden were like, yeah, drive the bus. So I was like, yeah, the bus. I'm going on the bus. And so I was like, all right, well, Helen wins. So you guys gotta ride the bus. So yeah, I just kind of like drove behind them, back through school and met them in their classrooms that day. But I mean, really, he did fine. He was like, see you later. And he learned all the, Molly's so funny.
Eat quietly. Eat quietly and then get out of the room.
You do it, trying to. Yes. But he's been great. He doesn't seem like worried about anything. He's I think he's so happy to be like in with the big kids. Yep. I think that's it. So they're just getting used to getting up early. I mean, Helen doesn't have an issue with it. I mean, the second he wakes up, he's like screaming and yelling and bouncing off the walls. But the other two are like, 5 more minutes. I know. So, I know. But so far, so good. they all at least have somebody in their class that they know, so that was good. Oh. I talked to I texted her today because I was going through my calendar to try to figure out where her baby was. She texted me back on that one. Okay. All right.
Okay, I set that stupid laptop so it wouldn't sleep. It keeps sleeping.
Oh. There's a reason for that.
Yes, I have a few people coming over to
Okay. Hey Dana, would you do me a favor and click on that YouTube link again?
Okay. I hear you and I see
You hear me? Oh, I should move.
When we talk about nutritional needs, you're unique, and therefore your nutritional needs are unique. And so for us, we're using that platform with the greatest, most world-renowned products that help with everything from energy and sleep to protein to everything. I mean, you name it, to obviously help the body from the inside out, right? Because health is critical. When you feel great, life just works better.
I think the best word that describes our products is life-changing. I didn't understand that I did not have good nutrition. I thought I did, which what really blew me away was within a very short period of time of using our products, I felt different. I felt better than I felt in years. I had more energy.
People have asked me, okay, why Logan, do IDLife's products work better than some other company? It's simple. If it's customized to you, it's going to work. Right? If the products aren't customized to what you need, in other words, ID Nutrition, our foundational product, it takes the guesswork out of what you need. It makes sure you're not
Let me know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. All right. Hey, who was it with Bob?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Scotty.
Sir?
Oh, it is Alan. Okay. Yeah, Alan's a nice one.
I'm making the baby
Yeah.
happy.
All right.
Hi.
Yeah, but the overall quality. All right. Okay. Well, we'll touch base. Let me know. Thanks, Billy. Hey, do I plug?
It shouldn't be live.
It's live. I can see you over here. A little bit of delay now. I can see you. I can hear you. Yeah, I just sent you my location by pin text. So see if you can click on that, see if that works.
Kristy, let me know when the IDLife logo shows up.
You did. Try that. Okay, fine. IDLife video's playing.
Let me know when it's just the IDLife logo.
Now it's just the logo. Okay. Thank you for helping. I appreciate it.
Let me know when the IDLife logo shows up.
I can still hear you. And the logo's up though.
Okay, yeah, because I gotta mute the microphone before I play the video.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Daddy. You took my friend. I went to my sled on something. You know what's that? I can still hear you.
It should be paused.
Okay.
I paused it. It'll catch up.
The video's paused.
Everything's paused.
And now?
It should be quiet.
Now I see you again.
Me standing here?
See you looking at the camera. It's like a 20-second delay. So it's whatever you're doing back there. Now you're standing there. You want to go see yourself?
Say bad words.
Don't you dare. Two are watching. One of them's me. So
If it's customized to you, it's going to work, right? If the products aren't customized to what you need, in other words, ID Nutrition are IDLife, when we founded this company, the purpose was not to simply create a company. Quite frankly, the intent was to create a movement. When you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as a company anymore. You think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And at IDLife, I truly believe that in the future, people will think of the term IDLife not just as a company, not just as a movement, but quite frankly, a way of being. Obviously, we've got the product, right? A game-changing product. It's going to completely turn a multi-trillion-dollar space upside down, the health and wellness space. One size does not fit all. It doesn't, particularly when we talk about nutritional needs. You're unique, and therefore your nutritional needs are unique. And so for us, we're using that platform with the greatest, most world-renowned products that help with everything from energy and sleep to protein to everything. I mean, you name it, to obviously help the body from the inside out, right? Because health is critical. When you feel great, when you look great, life just works better.
I think the best word that describes our products is life-changing. I didn't understand that I did not have good nutrition. I thought I did, which what really blew me away was within a very short period of time of using our products, I felt different. I felt better than I felt in years. I had more energy.
People have asked me, okay, why Logan, do IDLife's products work better than some other company? It's simple. If it's customized to you, it's going to work, right? If the products aren't customized to what you need, in other words, ID Nutrition, our foundational product, it takes the guesswork out of what you need. It makes sure you're not only getting what you need, but it's also blocking things you should not be taking. It takes everything into effect from your medical conditions, prescription medications, which deplete the body of essential nutrients, right? And it makes sure it's filling those nutritional gaps. It takes into effect your hereditary disposition, eating habits, drinking habits, workout routines, stress levels, immune factor. I mean, it takes all these into play to design for you exactly what you need. And so when you look at ID Nutrition and it's made specific to the individual, it's actually really cool, right? When you know that your name comes on it and it's made just for you, it's kind of a cool experience. But then, of course, the way it makes you feel, it works.
For me, ID Nutrition is an absolute game changer. In fact, it's what sets IDLife apart. That's where our name came from, IDLife, individually designed life. That was born out of the fact that we had this HIPAA-compliant, evidence-based health assessment that was backed by over 7,000 clinical studies, 17 years in the making, and that we're using this information to build from the ground up a regimen of pharmaceutical-grade supplementation with no synthetic fillers that is customized just for the individual. That's never been done before in the health and wellness space, and it's what really sets IDLife apart.
Over here at IDLife, it's different than anything I've ever seen. It's a family. They make you feel at home. You're surrounded by people who are encouraging you and trying to help you become a better person.
It's just amazing over here. I mean, really, it's very, very rare in direct sales to see a company that really comes together almost as a family. You hear a lot in direct sales about team this or team that, and it's all these people sort of splintered off into teams, and they're competitive, and some teams don't participate with other teams. And in terms of the business here, it's not like that at all. We all help one another. In fact, I always say that one of the mantras here at IDLife is that a rising tide raises all ships.
For us as a company, as a movement, as a way of being, we want to help people feel alive again. We want people to understand that you are put on this earth to do amazing things. And when you come into our headquarters and you see the ID Nutrition experience, the room right there as you walk in our headquarters, and when you take a tour and you see all the recognition and the different things that we do here, you can't help but feel alive. You can't help but understand that, you know what? There is a better way. There is a way that can help transform not only your own life, but other people's lives. And as I reflect on this movement, this experience of IDLife, I'd be remiss if I didn't basically beg you to go look at the testimonials. Go look at the folks that have taken the ID transformation, and go look at their stories. Don't take it from me. Look at real people's stories just like you, and see their results. And one of the greatest quotes one of these individuals said to me, who has lost over 100 pounds. They tell all their friends and family and the people they care about. They say, look, a year from now, you'll look back and wish you had started today. A year from now, you'll look back at this conversation right now that we're having and wish you had started right now on this IDLife experience.
Ooh, I can see myself. That's pretty awesome. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. We are going to make this quick and painless and get to the point of why you guys are here with me tonight. I know that we have quite a few of you watching live stream. Hello out there. I'm not going to ignore you tonight. But I do want to give you my attention and give you some information, and we're going to have some fun with it, so I hope you're ready. First, if you have not met me before, I'm Kristy Dunaway, so thank you for coming. This is my home, and out there in virtual world, I'm excited you guys get to watch from your home. So we are going to get started right away. I want to know who everybody is, though, because I don't know everybody that's here tonight, so I'd really love it if you just tell me who you are, who invited you. And let me think. How about if you could choose one of three things, what would it be? Better overall nutrition, sleep, or more energy? If you could just choose one of those three, what would be one of your favorite three things that you could change that today? You would. So let's start over here. Just tell everybody who you are and who invited you here.
Claribel Acevedo. I was invited by Krista, and I will choose energy.
You would choose energy. Awesome. Okay, great. Awesome. Welcome. Go ahead.
Krista Fudge, Dina invited me, and improved workouts.
Improved workouts. Oh, I love that. Good. Awesome. Okay.
AC Cantera was not invited. I just came.
He wasn't invited. He just showed up.
And
he just walked in the door.
Yes. And I love the sleep stuff.
Sleep. Awesome. Okay. Great. Let's go here.
Melissa Lane. I actually am crashing the party. And overall health.
She wasn't invited. She just came over.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And we've got one that just came in. We're just doing introductions. So everybody, just tell everybody who you are and who invited you here.
Oh, I'm Lori, and you did.
I did. Oh, I invited her. Look at her. Awesome.
Hello.
Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. And then just go ahead and introduce yourself. Also,
I'm Kelly Raquel. I wasn't invited. I'm an associate, and I have a guest coming. She's just running late.
Okay, good. Awesome. So Kelly's here. She's got somebody who's coming here with her. But if you could choose one of the three things, what would it be?
Probably overall nutrition.
Overall nutrition? Awesome. I love it. All right, and then we can't leave out, the famous Dana. So I'll know myself. Y'all see me?
So I'm Dana, and I invite myself.
You did invite
what I do, and I'm gonna say energy.
Energy, for sure. I love it. Okay, good. Awesome. All right. So I love asking that question because I want to know what you guys need to hear tonight. I want to meet you where you're at. So that's the whole thing with IDLife is it's customized to who you are and where you're at. So we want to help you guys with those specific things. And as we go through what we're doing tonight, I want to make sure that you guys take notes of the things that you really do want to hear more about because I'm not going to go into depth. I'm just going to touch on them. And then at the end, if you guys have specific questions on specific things, then come see me or Dana, and we'll help you kind of get the rest of the way through it. So without further ado, we'll move forward. I want to just first give you a little background. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, and I know out in internet world, hello, a lot of you do know, those of you that are my friends that have been following my journey, why IDLife? So for me, my why is because I wanted to be home more with my kids. I'm a homeschool mom. Yes, I'm one of those crazy ones. I know. Go ahead and say it. I'm ready. And I love being a homeschool mom. I love being home with my kids. When I had children, I left the work world on purpose so I could be a mom. I got myself into another business and absolutely loved it. Went 10 years into it and reached heights of the company I never thought were possible. Made a very healthy six-figure income. And then in December, God decided that door was going to close. And I was no longer going to be a part of that company. That was not my choice. The company decided to close.
So enter IDLife. I knew Dana, of course, and she's so cute. They'll all be out there if you could just see her look. It's way cute. Of course, I knew Dana, and she's like, "Are you gonna do IDLife with me?" And I was like, "I think so." So away we went, and away we go. So I could have done just about anything. I have the experience, I have the know-how, I have the following to dab my hand into just about any network direct sale marketing business out there. But IDLife was the perfect fit. And it makes no sense if you know me, because I come from a jewelry industry, that I would choose health and wellness. Because, if you guys know my friend Darlene, I don't work out like Darlene. I do work out, but not like Darlene. And that's the great thing about IDLife, is that it meets you where you're at. And if you guys get anything out of this tonight, that's what I want you to get, where IDLife is at for you. So that's kind of my story, kind of where I'm at, where I'm going. I just took my promotion to national director, which is a huge deal. Super excited. We were watching it every second, AC and I, every second, texting each other. It's almost there. So I'm super thrilled. I'm super blessed. I feel completely provided for, and that was something we needed when our world came apart in December. So it's a little bit about why I started. I left that jewelry industry behind, and I'm moving full forward with IDLife. So before we go further, I want to introduce somebody to you guys. I'm not going to be the one talking the whole time because we have an expert in the room, and I'm no dummy. When you have the expert in the room, that's the one you let talk. I may be an expert in direct sales and team building and training and all that, but we've got an expert on the company here in the room, so I want to give props to that. Dana Quintera. My gosh, there's so many things I can say about her. I didn't think about that ahead of time, what I was going to say about you. Not only, she, of course, the girlfriend in me has to introduce her the right way first. She's my best friend, and we do life together, and we love doing life together. She's one of the kindest, most sweet, most caring people on the planet. I don't think there's a malicious bone in her body, which is amazing. But her credentials, I know you guys are waiting for credentials, not my girlfriend's side. Let me think here. She is a PA, a physician's assistant, and she also, correct me if I'm wrong, Dana, but I believe you wrote the curriculum for nutrition at Baylor. Clinical prevention at Baylor College of Medicine. Those of you who don't know what that is, that's a Texas thing. But that's a very good thing. So she's got the know-how, she's got the smarts, and of course she's got the personality to make me want to be around her all the time. So she actually has grown a team of over 800 people in a year and a half. If you know how big that is, that's massive. That's more than I ever did in any industry. And she's reached the title of Vice Presidential Director, which is a huge honor because it's a very small amount of people that have done that so far. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Dana. If you guys would just give her your attention, she's just going to tell you about the company real quick, and we'll move forward. So, Dana Quintera.
Okay, here's the video now. Yay! Okay. So, hello world. Hi, I'm Dana. Hi. We're talking to this group and this group at the same time. But thank you, Kristy. That was a very nice introduction. So we're doing this a little bit different than a lot of our other presentations because we want to make it a little bit informal, but also interactive, and figure out, what do you want to hear? What do you want to get out of this? Because that's really what it's about. The company, IDLife, stands for Individually Designed Life. So we want to make it. Hi. Do I need to do anything? Okay. So we want to make it individualized to you. Do you want to, hear about certain products? Do you want to hear about the business? And so we're going to kind of touch on that, and then at least have time to answer those questions. So a little bit of my why. Why did I get involved with this? As Kristy said, my background's in medicine. So supplements weren't a new thing to me. Medically, we know that everybody needs supplements. But what I was facing in clinic, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this when you go to see a healthcare provider, is you don't have much time in that room with them. So on average, I had about 3 minutes with each patient, which is not a lot of time to handle all of the issues, because I did internal medicine. So I saw the complicated kidney patients, diabetes, all that kind of stuff, and that's not a lot of time. So clinical prevention and supplements kind of gets pushed on the back burner, even though that's the prevention side, and really that should be up front. So I'm sure you guys know, when you go to see someone, rarely are they talking about a lot of nutrition and prevention, even though that's really what we should be talking about. So when this was presented to me, I thought, this is great. This is an online platform. My patients can go home. It doesn't require any more of my time, but it's all based on evidence-based medicine. So it's based on what we're trained to practice in. but it gives patients control of their own health. So that's initially what got me started on it. This is great for my patients, gives them what they need, saves me time, and that was basically it. So we got started on the products, my husband and I, and the first thing that I noticed was a lot of less joint pain. I didn't realize, I think, how much pain I had on a regular basis until it went away, and I wasn't reaching for the ibuprofen all the time. So I didn't have a major medical condition where I saw a dramatic difference with, but that was big for me. I played Division I volleyball. I was a CrossFitter, so I beat up my body pretty well. And so not having pain was a noticeable thing with me. In my patients, I started seeing that their numbers were improving. Objective data, cholesterol was going down, blood pressure was going down, individuals were losing weight, and that really changed my focus of telling patients, oh yeah, you can take this health assessment if you want, to you have to medically take this health assessment. And so I just became more passionate about it. And those of you that know, when you're passionate about something, people pay attention to it. And so people were paying attention, and more people were going to my website, more people were signing up. And 7 months into the business, I had matched my salary as what I was making as a PA. Kristy talks about being home with her kids. That was a big aha moment for my husband and I, to know that we had control of a different future. We could now make a difference, a different decision for what our future looked like. And obviously, I had known people that had made tremendous income, had made a healthy six-figure income in this type of business, but I never really saw it for myself until that happened. And so, our kids are 5, 7, and 8, so it was a good chance to be home with them. And in November of last year, I retired from the practice of medicine, and now I do this full time. And what is nice is that my passion in this has grown as everything else has grown. My friendships, my team, people's health, and of course our income. So it's really set us on a different path that I don't think we ever possibly imagined, because in the corporate world, regardless of what profession you're in, there's always a limit and there's always a ceiling. And that was completely removed in this industry. So that was really exciting for us. And so that's why I'm here. But what's so amazing is that our foundational product, our customized supplements, and you can pass yours around, or I know you even have Scott's up there. We customize supplements. For those of you that don't know, we customize supplements for each individual's purpose. So how many of you guys have ever bought a supplement from a store, not through IDLife? Okay, probably everybody. When you think of like fish oil or probiotics, we've all bought something. So how many of you guys that have bought a product from a store were ever asked your health history before checking out? Never. Did the cashier that was checking you out ask, oh, does this disease run in your family? Or are you a smoker? They don't ever ask any of that, right? They ask cash or charge, and that's about it, right? Well, what's crazy is that in medicine, let me show you guys this too. There. Okay, I'll show our little viewers. See? It has your name on it, and then they're customized. And so this is what I'm going to talk about here. So this is all done through that online platform that I was telling you guys about, and we'll tell you guys the website to go to in a second. So what's crazy is that we know things in medicine that with certain health conditions or lifestyle choices, you cannot take certain supplements. But anybody could go into any store, buy anything, and they're not asking you those questions. So I'll just give you some examples which were shocking to me. And mind you, I am in medicine. I thought I knew all there was out there. So one of the studies was looking at smokers. So how many of us know somebody that smokes? You probably all do. They've probably heard from all of us that all the reasons why they shouldn't. But smokers that consume over a certain amount of beta carotene on a regular basis, which is what's in carrots and it's in all multivitamins, their risk of lung cancer actually increases when taking over a certain amount of beta carotene. Now, that's scary because anybody can go and buy beta carotene, buy a multivitamin, and nobody's checking that with them. And they're actually increasing the risk of lung cancer. So that's just one of the examples that as you go through this online health assessment, it's going to figure that out for you and make sure it blocks things that are harmful for you. So another example of supplements. So how many of you guys take fish oil? probably. That's one of the things that when people say, oh, I don't take supplements, I say, do you take fish oil? And they're like, oh yeah, I take fish oil, but I don't take supplements. So fish oil is a supplement. What I was finding is I recommended it to almost all of my patients. Fish oil is very beneficial. And when I started asking them, when are you taking your fish oil? They were like, oh, just in the morning with all my stuff, and then I go on about my day. Well, I learned through IDLife and through this online health assessment that actually fish oil is absorbed by the liver after 4 p.m., actually between about 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So you could take it in the morning all you wanted, but you're not going to get the absorption unless you take it at night. Those are just some examples of what IDLife has all figured out for you. And so those are our customized supplements. So yours are going to be different than yours, than yours, than yours. Everybody's are different because we're all unique. And so when you hear all of that, you're like, well, of course, that makes sense. I mean, of course, we're all unique. We should all take different stuff. And yet the vitamin and supplement industry is a $3 trillion industry where people are guessing. People are spending $3 trillion a year on guessing. That's nuts. So now we have finally a customized supplement program that you can be part of and get them. And it's a fraction of the cost. We're pharmaceutical grade and it's customized to you. So I just think that that's absolutely amazing. We talked about products earlier, or what your goals were, whether it's energy or sleep or anything like that. So I want to address some of those because all of us have needs and they're all different than one another. So one of the things that we talked about was energy, right? So you want to get one of the energy products and we'll talk about that. How many of you guys take energy products on a regular basis? Just something for energy? Yes. I feel like I should raise both hands. I take lots of energy. And you guys can pass these around. Thank you. So we know people are consuming energy products. How many of you guys know someone that drinks Red Bull or Monster or, yeah, we all know somebody that drinks that. What's crazy is that they did a study of all the people that drank either, I think it was Monster. How many people drank Monster? And they asked them, they polled them and said, how many of you guys think this is harmful? Over 70% agree that it's probably harmful, but they still drink it on a regular basis. So what we have here at IDLife is safe options for what people are already consuming. And so whether it comes in, we have a shot form, and I'll show you guys online. Sorry, it's kind of weird doing this 2 different ways. So we have a shot. We take fun pictures with this. I took one yesterday doing shots. I was like, I do shots at work. I don't have a problem. And then, whoops, energy. This is a powder that you mix in, and then we have chews. So it's just different ways of consuming the product. So that's one of our products, energy. What's another issue that we talked about? Sleep. Okay. So you guys know those little Listerine strips that you can kind of peel out, place on your tongue, and they dissolve? That's how these sleep strips are. So I'll show those of you viewing from home. They come in a little pack like this, and you can take one out and put it on the inside of your cheek, and it just dissolves, and you will be out in 15 minutes. It is an amazing product. If anybody has an issue sleeping, those are great. That you can consume 2 if you needed to, if you had a big sleep issue. But usually it just takes 1. In fact, I take a half inside of my cheek, and I am out 15 minutes. You not only fall asleep, but you stay asleep. So a lot of issues with sleep is that people are like, oh, I take melatonin. I'm like, does it work? And they're like, yeah, but I mean, it wears off, about 2 hours, I'm awake. I'm like, well, that's all melatonin is supposed to do. It only lasts 2 to 3 hours. And then people will say, oh, melatonin didn't work for me because I woke up in the middle of the night. But that's all it's supposed to do. So we have an ingredient in there that helps you stay asleep, helps you dream. How many of you guys remember your dreams on a regular basis? No. But I guarantee you ask a kid, you ask our 5-year-old, what did you dream about? He's like, I was riding a dragon, and there was a race car and a spaceship. And I mean, kids dream, and they remember their dreams. But that's how your brain should do. You should remember your dreams. So if you're not remembering your dreams, you should try the sleep strips too, so you get better sleep. Okay, let's talk about one other product. What do you want to hear about? Oh, the lean. Good night. The lean. Okay. Okay, I'll show everybody home. So the lean is a capsule. It comes in a bottle with 120 pills in it. And lean is, and I'm going to say this because I want you guys to pay attention because it doesn't make sense at first. It's a non-stimulant fat burner. Now that doesn't seem to make much sense because most fat burners do what? Stimulate. They rev up your heart rate and you feel like you're all jittery and crazy, and that's how it becomes a fat burner, right? That's how it boosts your metabolism. This just has amino acids and black pepper. So because it doesn't have a stimulant in it, you can take it an hour before a biggest meal, helps curb your cravings, decrease those carb cravings, but you can also take it at night. So that's what's great. I forget to take it during the day.
It does make you go to the bathroom a lot.
It flushes you out. Yes, you know it's working. But I keep it on my nightstand, and then I just take it at night. So, all of us women, we've always wished for like a magical pill that we could just take at night and all of our problems go away. This is probably as close as you could get to it, is the lean. So, we'll talk about, all the other products we can get into, but I don't want to spend a ton of time with that because I do want to talk about the comp plan because you guys heard 7 months into this, I had matched my salary that I was making as a PA. That's crazy. That's crazy money. We made very good money our first year, and we're on track to triple it this year. And that's what's powerful about direct sales, is that there's no limit. Nobody will pay me the kind of money that I'm making right now as a PA, ever. And so that's what changes people's, what they think is possible. It has shown our kids that you don't have to do what society says you have to do. And I think that's a very important lesson that we can all teach our kids, is that what you see everybody else doing is not what you have to do. I did all the things that society said I should do. I went to school. I got good grades. I was top of my class. I got a master's degree. I had a good paying job, all of that, but there were still limits to that. And so this really breaks down those limits if you work for it. So our compensation plan, I know when I talked with Kristy and some other people that were in this business before, there are definitely things that stand out with our comp plan that are not normal or are not in a lot of other comp plans. So we wanted to just touch on that, especially for those of you that are tuning in from home, on really what sets this apart. What makes this different? Isn't this like all those other ones? So what's nice is that, one, it's a low barrier to entry. It's $199 to get involved. You get your first customer on those customized supplements as a scheduled delivery customer, and you get $100 of that back. So that's one nice thing, is that it's not hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get in. It's very low barrier to entry, and you're making money right away. So that's important. The other thing that we talked about, which you now have qualified for as a national director, you've qualified for a couple of things now as national director, but is our global pool. So it's, in essence, a profit sharing. So what everybody does all across the nation, 2% of that residual volume is put into a pool, which is then profited out or bonused out to national directors and above. So we actually, here at IDLife, we get paid 15 different ways. That's crazy, because you have money coming in from different bonuses and different sources that, our first year we were just like, we got more money. I don't know where it came from. And that's really how our whole first year went on, is that we were just passionately sharing this, but we didn't have an idea of necessarily how everything worked out. So that global pool was one of them. The car bonus also kicks in. Get this, guys. Car bonus, you just get money for it. You don't have to buy a white Mercedes or a black BMW or a pink Cadillac, but if you want those, you can go buy them, but you don't have to. You just get money. And that's very different than what you'll see in this industry, is that lots of companies have car bonuses, but you have to sign a lease or buy a car to get that. And so I have yet to buy a car. We're just paying off my current car. So that's one other bonus that we talked about. And then I want to talk about one other bonus, because this one is very powerful. So let's say you're listening to this and you're like, well, that's great, but I'm not going to go quit my job and stand up in living rooms and talk on YouTube channels. I'm not going to do that. What is amazing is that the individual that brought me into this business does not do anything with the business. He buys products for himself and his family. He signed up some people, and that's it. Off one of the bonuses, it's called the matching residual bonus. He makes $3,000 a month because of what my husband and I do and our team. So every time somebody sits through this presentation, they're thinking, oh, so-and-so would be good at this. So-and-so would kill this. So-and-so has been looking for this. If you're thinking of those people, that one bonus, it's a 20% bonus off of their residual volume. That's crazy. Now, I'm not saying go out there, sign up a rock star, and then quit. But if you are thinking of people that would kill this business, there's a very good chance that you could do very well financially with that. Because that's the guy that signed us up. He was smart in that he made a good call. He picked up the phone and called us, but that's about it. So that's it. We have a ton more with the compensation plan, but I'm not going to get into all of that because we want this to be fun and exciting and all of that. So what else did you want to do? Okay, good. Now we're going to switch back to Kristy. Very good.
Thank you, Dana.
Sorry, I shocked you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yay, I'm so excited. I love that she knows all the medical stuff, and she must get 30 phone calls a day just on medical questions. We're like, can so-and-so take this, and can so-and-so take that? And you know what's great? Honestly, she doesn't need to know that information. I don't need to know that information because the system is designed to capture it for you. But it's just nice to have a little backup, and that's what's great about this team is that we've got an amazing upline that's got that medical background that can fill in the gaps when we don't know how to fill them in. So thank you, Dana. I love it. I just have to tell you one of my favorite parts of the comp plan is the trips. Okay, so previous industry I was in, we got 1 trip a year. That was it. We get at least 2 trips a year in IDLife, at least. And if you're doing really well, 3. So I love the trips. I absolutely think they're amazing, and I haven't paid to go on my own vacation like that in a long time, and I don't intend to start. So I love that these companies allow us to do this, and that this company gives us a chance to do it 3 times a year. So love that. Next stop is Punta Cana. And that's going to be in November, and then the next trip contest will actually be announced next month. So those of you that are wondering, well, what's the next trip? We don't know. It's coming up though. I do want to give you a little testimony because this is really important to me. And we'll see if I can make it through without getting too emotional about it. First time I told this story, I got a little emotional, and I was like, "What's wrong with me?" Kristy doesn't cry. Y'all know me. I don't cry. But it is emotional because it's my child. And, how many of you are moms in the room? Can I raise your hand if you're a mom? Yeah? Okay. AC raised his hand. You are a great dad. I will tell you that. And we have a mom in the room with her baby here, so she's going to totally relate to this too. So I have a son. His name is Scott. And anybody that knows my child knows he's the most loving, lovable, sweet, kind-hearted child I have ever met. He is a lover, not a fighter. And he's just one of those kids that you can't help. Nobody doesn't like him because he's such a sweetheart. I can't say the same thing about my daughter, but I can't. I just can't say that. She's a sweetheart, but definitely a fighter first, lover second. That's okay. We're all made individually, right? Anyway, so when my son was in kindergarten, the teacher called me up and said, hey, I'm not allowed to diagnose your son, so I'm not going to do that. These are her words exactly. But there's some things I'm seeing in the classroom that may make you want to go to the doctor and have him checked out. And I was like, okay, what's wrong with my son? And so she started listing all of these things. He's lack of paying attention, impulsive, disruptive to the other kids, that he was having issue completing his schoolwork, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is he being that bad? And she's like, no, Scott is an amazing child. He's not a bad kid. There's nothing malicious in what he's doing. He just can't help it. He's completely unorganized. He never knows where anything is. And so she goes, and I really think he could do so well if he just had a little help. And I said, well, what kind of help are you talking about? And she said, I need you to talk to your doctor about those things. So I think that was her trying to keep herself out of hot water, because I guess you're not allowed to say those things of hinting at ADHD. Well, when she said all those things, of course, I'm his mom, and I know him, and I'm like, I know exactly what she's getting at, because I thought it was normal. He was my first, right? Think about your first child. You know nothing but what that first child does. That's just normal to you. So I took him in. They did a full diagnosis, full psych exam on him, and long story short, he's like they kind of scale him, and he was on the 90 percentile sector for ADHD. So not just a little, like all the way on the other side. And so what did we do? What did we do? Somebody tell me, what did we do? What did the doctor say? Put him on medication. Absolutely. And of course, I'm his mom. Yep, absolutely. And we went through medication after medication. I'm getting emotional. I can feel it. Medication after medication after medication. And he wasn't the same kid. I mean, some of them we had to pull him off because he was like crying all the time and like really upset all the time. And if you know him, if he's upset, something's really wrong because he's not that kid. So we went through all these different medications, finally found one that would work. And then you know what? He started developing tics. They were like, I'm trying to think. I think the first one I saw was like he couldn't watch TV straight, or his eye was twitching all the time, or he was clearing his throat all the time. Things like that where other kids would notice. He didn't really notice because if you know him, he's just happy-go-lucky. So anyway, but you know what? We just dealt with it. I had to pull him out of school, and I had to bring him home to homeschooling because he just couldn't get the work done. And the teachers were wonderful, and they tried really hard to help integrate him, and he was getting behind. So we brought him home and homeschooled him, and then I decided to try something. It's because of you. So I was sitting at the table with this amazing woman at lunch, and she was telling me about her son and how she had put him on ID Nutrition and energy drink, right? And that she was able to take him off his medication. And I thought, I wonder if my son's too young to do that. He was 11. They say you're supposed to do it at about 12. So I thought, we'll try it. Well, you know, what could happen? What could go wrong? It doesn't work, and I put him back on his medication. I've seen him off medication before. He doesn't die. He's just kind of uncontrollable. So we tried it. Well, it's been 2 months, and that the amphetamine has not been entering his body, and he's doing amazing. He's doing amazing. I can't even. Awesome. See, here I go. I'm good. I can do it. I can get through this. He's doing amazing. And this is his ID Nutrition right here. This is his specific pack of ID Nutrition. And every single thing that said it had something to do with ADHD, I maxed that sucker out. And I put him on the energy drink in the morning and the energy drink in the afternoon and his ID Nutrition, and the Adderall is in the trash. We never have to buy it again. This is actually cheaper for us than what we were paying for the Adderall. I don't know if you know the pricing. If maybe your insurance is really good, but ours wasn't. This is actually cheaper than what we were spending monthly, almost by half. And he's doing phenomenal. Does he still have a bad day? Yes. This ID Nutrition did not cure his ADHD. Okay, let me put that out there. It didn't cure it. He still has it. He'll always have it. But this helps him control the symptoms. And as he would say, I still feel like I want to go crazy in my brain, but I can control it a little better. And I'm like, okay, coming from an 11-year-old, that makes sense. So I have to give that testimony because I waited 2 months to announce this because I wanted to make sure this wasn't a fluke. And it's not a fluke. He's amazing. If you're around him now, you're like, really? He's not on meds? Like, remember what he was like, Dana, when he wasn't on meds? I mean, he couldn't stop. And now he's great. So that's my testimony. It's not mine, it's his, and I can't wait till he's old enough to tell it himself. But he will, because this company is willable. And when I retire one day, I'm going to pass it on to him. So anyway, that's my testimony, and I just want to make sure that I don't miss what I need to go over before we close. Okay, so we're going to close up, and I want to give you guys a chance to ask specific questions and come talk to me or come talk to Dana, and we'll kind of give you the details on what you want to know. But you guys all have an order form in front of you. I know those of you in internet land don't, but that's okay. If you're here watching me, if you're on this live stream because of me, my website, you guys should already know it. It's dunaway.idlife.com. It's pretty easy. If you're watching this because somebody else invited you to watch it, please go to their website. Don't go to mine. But you guys should all have an order form in front of you. I want you to look those products over. And whether you want to buy them tonight or not, I just want you to put a circle or a star next to the things you think I'd be the most interested in getting it. And if you could get it for free, then put a big star next to it. Okay, so I think that's important. The second thing I want you to do is before you even do that, I want you to flip your paper over. your wish list, listen to me. Your order form. I want you to flip your order form over, and on the back, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of 5 people that need to lose weight, that are in the health and wellness field, and maybe they're, high performers, that that their teenage child maybe has ADHD, that really could do well with this kind of business. They're a real go-getter, or they could rock a business like this. I want you to just write down 5 people. Just jot down 5 names of people that you think would be great for this. If you're in internet world, I'd love you to do the same thing. And if you write down 5 names, then you're going to get to go through my little sample box back there and take something home for free. So I want you to write those 5 names down, and then we'll move forward. I want you to write those 5 names down because we are going to share this with everybody. This has to be shared. We cannot keep this to ourselves. That doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? If you had not shared your story with me, I can't believe you're here tonight. It's so crazy. I didn't know you were coming. I didn't even know she was coming, but the one that introduced that concept to me is actually here. If she had not shared her story with me, my son must be pumping himself full of amphetamine. So that's why this is so important that we share it with everybody. So I want you guys to write down those 5 names for me. And if you have questions, we're gonna let you ask. I'm gonna turn the camera off first before we do that. And so for those of you in internet land, we're gonna shut it down for tonight, and I'm gonna spend some personal one-on-one time with people in the room. But if you've got more questions, you know how to reach me. You know how to text me or private message me, and I'd love to tell you a little bit more. So you guys have a good night. And I'm gonna let my husband come turn this off because I don't know how to turn it off. Bye. We'll let him do it. Now we get to see Jason. Behave. Questions, though, I would love to get questions. And some of you are associates in the